Sawing wood. Understanding the grain of the wood is a fundamental skill that separates a novice from a master woodworker. It's not just about pushing a saw through a piece of timber. It's about engaging in a conversation with the material itself. The grain, which is essentially the direction of the wood fibers, dictates how the wood will behave when cut, shaped, and finished. By learning to read these patterns, you can anticipate the wood's reaction, prevent common issues like tear out, and achieve cleaner, more professional results. Whether you're making a simple crosscut or an intricate dovetail joint, a deep understanding of wood grain will elevate your craftsmanship, making your work stronger, more beautiful, and more enjoyable to create. This knowledge transforms the act of sawing from a brute force task into a nuanced and strategic art form. When you begin sawing, the first step is to identify the type of cut you need to make in relation to the wood grain. There are three primary types of cuts: rip cuts, cross cuts, and miter cuts. A rip cut is a cut made parallel to the grain, essentially separating the wood fibers along their length. This is typically done to change the width of a board. A crosscut, on the other hand, is made perpendicular to the grain, severing the fibers across their length. This is how you shorten a board. Miter cuts are angled cuts made across the width of the board, which are also a form of crosscut, as they sever the fibers. Each type of cut requires a specific approach, and ideally a specific type of saw blade. A ripsaw has large, chisel-like teeth designed to efficiently clear out long strands of wood fiber, while a crosscut saw has smaller knife-like teeth designed to cleanly shear the fibers without splintering them. Using the wrong blade for the cut can lead to a rough finish, excessive friction, and even dangerous kickback. One of the most common frustrations for woodworkers is teroot, which occurs when wood fibers are torn away from the surface instead of being cleanly cut. This often happens at the exit point of the saw blade, leaving a ragged, splintered edge. Understanding wood grain is crucial to preventing this. Tear out is most prevalent during crosscuts, especially in woods with interlocking or wavy grain patterns like oak or maple. The saw blade's teeth lift and tear the unsupported fibers on the underside of the cut. To minimize this, always ensure that show face, or the side of the wood that will be visible in the final project, is facing up when using a table saw, and facing down when using a circular saw or jigsaw, as tear out primarily occurs on the exit side of the blade. Another effective technique is to use a zero clearance insert on your table saw, which supports the wood fibers right up to the blade, preventing them from being pulled away. Scoring the cut line with a sharp utility knife before sawing can also create a clean shoulder for the fibers to break against. The orientation of the grain doesn't just affect the quality of the cut, it also impacts the strength of your final project. Wood is significantly stronger along the grain than it is across it. Think of wood as a bundle of straws. It's very difficult to break the bundle by pulling on both ends, but it's relatively easy to snap the straws in half across their middle. This principle, known as anisotropic strength, is vital in furniture construction and joinery. For example, the long rails of a table or chair should always have the grain running along their length to provide maximum support and resist bending or breaking under load. When you saw components for a project, you must consider how the grain direction of each piece will contribute to the overall structural integrity. Misaligning the grain in critical components can create weak points that are prone to failure over time, compromising the durability and safety of the finished piece. Finally, mastering the interaction between your saw and the wood grain is a continuous learning process that involves both knowledge and feel. Pay close attention to the feedback the wood gives you. You can often hear and feel the difference between a smooth, efficient cut and one that is struggling. A saw that is binding or chattering is a sign that something is wrong. Perhaps you're using the wrong blade, your cutting speed is too aggressive, or the wood's internal stresses are causing the kerf to close. Sometimes reversing the direction of the board or adjusting your angle of attack can make a significant difference. Using a sacrificial backer board clamped to the workpiece is another excellent strategy for ensuring a clean exit cut, as it provides support for the wood fibers. By thoughtfully observing the grain, selecting the right tools, and employing proper techniques, you can work in harmony with the wood, transforming a simple piece of lumber into a testament to skilled craftsmanship.